Hello, everybody, and welcome to this late night tidbit. I am your girl, LaShawn R. Shelton, also known as Miss Optimism, and Petty Shabazz if you're watching me um, on my blog. But I am here to talk about your belief system. I'm here to talk about believing in yourself so you can become unstoppable. And this is really dedicated to my team because I want them to know, I need them to know that they, in fact, are able to do anything it is that they want to do. So you may say, well, what team are you? Gracias, Pedro. You may say, well, what team is she talking about? I'm talking about my opulent money group. These ladies and gentlemen are by far one of the best groups of people I have ever worked with. And the reason why they are is because they totally understand what it's like to want success and to gain success. They understand that you have to be hungry in order to amass some sort of success. So as you see, there's a chart. I won't do it, can't. I want to, how do I? I'll try, I can, will, excuses, until it's like, yes, I did it. And the reason why I have this chart up there is because I want you to understand that there's a series of thought processes that go through your mind before you actually achieve the goal that it is that you're setting to accomplish. It's not just one person, it's a lot of people. Hey, Sassy Nay, I didn't forget you, girlfriend. As soon as this is over, I am going to contact you, girl. So after a while, everybody in their lifetime, and if you haven't, keep living, have doubted themselves and said, well, I wish I had the same juice that so-and-so had, or I wish that I had the same abilities that someone else had, or I wish that I was able to do and say the things that other people say and do. And believe it or not, you all, there is somebody looking at you saying the same exact thing. What I'm trying to say to you is there's somebody that is watching you and saying, wow, I wish that I can sing like that. I wish that I can talk like that. I wish that I can act like that, write like that, recruit like that, whatever it is. And we have to understand that all of us are designed differently. However, we are all able to achieve the same success. We all have the same amount of time per day. The problem is some of us do not know how to utilize that time. And it's not until it's too late that many of us finally say, let me capture that moment. I won't do it. What does that look like in your life? You know that you have an opportunity of a lifetime, but you refuse to grasp the opportunity. You know, I'm with a company, and this company is so daggone dope. You know, they are paying us to be their mouthpiece. They're letting us know that we are rewarding you for you telling other people about what we do. And it's a handsome reward. And on top of that, it's a twofold part because you learn how to trade. And some people are more worried about watching what other people do opposed to finding out what their niche area is and capitalizing off of it and doing their best. What you do is not going to pay my bills. I mean, unless, you know, we're dating and it's serious. But however, I'm going to use Janae, for example. Whatever Janae does to amass her success, it doesn't mean a pile of beans if I do not enact the same efforts that Janae is putting in for her success. You cannot just sit there and post one thing and think that everybody is going to run to you and everything is going to be fine. And if that does happen, it's not the norm. It is time for you to believe in yourself. And if you don't, who will? This is for anybody that's going to go to college, anybody that's going to go to high school, anybody starting a business, anybody already in business, somebody looking for a new job, somebody already on the job. There is something that causes you to say, I won't do it. Maybe the task is too difficult and you feel that you cannot achieve the goals, or maybe you are just afraid of success. There's a lot of people who say to me, oh my gosh, I don't understand and know how you got past all the things that you've been through in your life. The homelessness, the ridicule, the domestic violence, the addiction, the everything that you've been through. And I said, I use that as my stepping stone. I will not allow anybody to knock me off my square. You will not have me in a situation of being homeless again. You will not have me in a situation of settling for anything for a roof over my head in exchange for violence. It's not happening again. You know, there are so many quotes out there that tell you what you can do with yourself and how to do it, but we're so caught up in why it doesn't work and what can I do to make it not work. You know, I've seen people that say, well, you know what? It's not going to work for me anyway, so why am I trying? Attitude is everything. And if you change your attitude, you will change your altitude, meaning that you will, in fact, be able to achieve whatever goal it is. But your attitude has to change in order for the altitude to change. You cannot, and I repeat, and I don't care what industry or part of your life that you're in, you cannot sell a dream looking like a nightmare. You need to start dressing for success now. You need to start practicing success right now. You need to put yourself in such a mental algorithm that you know that whatever it is that you put your hands on, you're going to be successful. I don't care if it's something like basket weaving. I don't care, you know, what it is. The point of the matter is you have to understand what it is that you have in your hands and what it is for you to be successful. The next up is I can't do it. If you and you know, if you say to yourself, I cannot do something, that means someone told you that before. I'm gonna be 100% honest. You heard that from somebody. And who that somebody is, I don't know. But you need to forget that you even know that person. You need to forget that that person even exists, because if somebody is saying to you that you can't do something, that means that they're afraid of it. And instead of them saying, I'm nervous about it, they're making you feel nervous about it. Your mental ability is your greatest asset. Ability is what you are capable of doing. The motivation determines what you do, and the attitude determines how well you do it. My friend Kevin Washington used to always say that. And at the time, I was not willing to understand that quote. I was like, yeah, you're right. But sure. I wasn't ready to understand that I had the sheer ability to be great. And I had the absolute know-how to be great. And when Lou Moultz had that quote and shared it with his teams, he meant every bit of it. Because see, you can know how to do something, but if your attitude sucks, nobody's going to follow you. Ability is what you're capable of doing. I am able to wake up in the morning with God's grace and putting air in my lungs and get out of bed. I am able to make an omelet because I learned how to do it. I am able to pick up my live stream and try to motivate the masses because I know how to do it. But what motivates me determines what I do. If I don't feel like talking, if I don't feel like live streaming, best believe it's going to be mediocre. And that's everybody. You may be able to do something, but the motivation that comes after it determines what you do. If you feel like you're not going to wake up and be productive in the morning, what makes you think you can make someone else motivated? What makes you think that you could coach someone towards success if you can't even get your foot on the ground and get your own day started? So many of us, and I'm saying us so no one thinks I'm talking about them, but so many of us are so busy trying to fix everybody else that we forget that there's something in us that is broken. You cannot, and I mean absolutely cannot, fix somebody else and fix someone else's life, and your life is all jacked up. You have got to get the ability and capability of changing your life one day at a time, and then be motivated to do so. The ability is what you're capable of doing, okay? I know how to cook, but if I'm not motivated to cook, I'm not cooking nothing. My kids better go in that refrigerator and do something. But the attitude determines how well you do it. So I may be motivated to cook. Okay, I don't want my kids to starve. I know how to cook. But if my attitude sucks, if I'm like, man, I can't wait till these kids get old enough to cook their own food. I can't wait till these kids are able to do it themselves. I am sick of cooking. If I have that sucky behind attitude, Who cares about what my ability and motivation is? My attitude will circumvent any positivity that could have been exuberated from that act, simply because I do not know how to adjust my attitude. So when Kevin Washington told me about this, I was like, that sounds good. That's nice. But I didn't realize that I had the capability all along. I didn't realize that the motivation didn't have to come from anyone else. It had to come from me. And I also have to remember that the attitude will determine how well I do it. So I have to stop with this I can't do it lackluster crap and just get up off my behind and do it. Hey, Donnell, what's going on, love? So we cannot put ourselves in a situation where we refuse to elevate our mind, where we refuse to elevate our circumstance, where we even refuse to elevate where we are in life. All of us have fallen some part of our life, whether it's a relationship, whether it's where we live, whether it's with our family, whether it's with a career, whether it's with a job, and whether it's just freaking playing jazz. We all have fallen short somehow, some way. The issue is, are you going to stay there or get up? Now we have, I want to do it. When you say I want to do something, what's your motivation behind it? Do you want to do it because you see someone else successful and you think you're going to have that same success without doing anything? Or do you want to do it because you finally realize that I need to change something in my life? If you never try, you'll never know what you're capable of. And when John Barrow said that, he was basically saying, like, listen, man, you can't keep saying that I don't know if I could do it. I can't. Listen, try it. What is the absolute worst thing that can happen besides you being successful? I want to do it. Get off your tail and just do it. Jeff Bezos is about to become the first trillionaire, right? And he didn't get it because somebody says, oh, well, you can never do it. And he says, you're right. He said, you know what? This little company that I'm doing is going to turn into a business that's going to change my life and others. This little hobby that you call my business is going to elevate to the point where people are going to know my name. I want to do it. Change it to how do I do it? Get out of your comfort zone, get out of your ego, and just do it. Don't measure your intelligence by the ability to understand others. Figure out how you can ask somebody how to do something. We are so stuck and fixated on what are people going to think if I ask them how to do something? Who cares? Do it. How do I work my back office? Open your mouth and ask. How do I get people to join my team? Open your mouth and ask. How do I understand how to trade on the Forex market? Open your mouth and ask. A closed mouth will never get fed. A tight balled fist will never get help. Ask people how they did something, and you'll be surprised how many people will be willing to help you and give you the answers. But you will never get the answer if you do not ask the question, how do I do it? How did you bounce back from homelessness? Well, I'm glad you asked. I bounced back out of homelessness because I was tired of being a punching bag for whatever guy I decided to live with because I was too ashamed to go home to my own house with my parents. How did I do it? I was determined that, hell or high waters, that I was going to get myself out of that situation because I recognized the fact that I could possibly die, and staying in that was not advantageous to my health. How did I do it? I asked other survivors, girl, how did you get away from your crazy husband? How did you get away from your knife-wielding man? How did you escape those bullets that were flying after you? What did you do to change the paradigm in your life? And what shifted that? And then once I got the answer, I went ahead and tried it, and it worked. So now you guys say, I'll try to do it. There's this little boy, there's this cute video of a little boy who was getting saved. And the pastor was trying to baptize him in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. And the little boy was getting so excited. He said, well, he's been waiting for this for such a long time. And little boy was like, ee! And then he said, he talked a little bit about Jordan. That was his name. And then he said, so now I baptize you in the name of the Father. He was like, woo! He said, and of the Son. He was like, ooh. And he said, and of the, he said, I'll do it. And he baptized himself because the excitement was just so electrifying that he could not wait for the pastor to do it. Now, though that's not the conventional way of being baptized, the point of matter is this little boy recognized what he had in his hand, salvation. The little boy recognized that once he was baptized, that he accepted Jesus as his personal Lord and Savior. That is his belief. I'm not trying to say that needs to be your belief. But the point of matter is he saw what was in his hands and took advantage of it and said, I'll do it, and dunked himself into the water. You all probably saw that video. And was cheering himself on. Sometimes you gotta be your own daggone cheerleader, y'all. Stop worrying about everyone else cheering you on and you cheer your own damn self on. How do I do it? Turn it to I'll try to do it. You get advice. You could go to YouTube University. Go to my YouTube page and check it out. I have videos for all occasions. But YouTube University will definitely give you whatever it is that you need to know how to do because everything is up on that daggone platform. So now you turn it to I'll try to do it. I'll try to talk to 35 to 50 people every single day to tell them about what I'm doing. I'll try to write down, maybe 25 out of 30 names on a piece of paper to call. I'll try to live stream at least twice per week. Set yourself in little chunky goals so that way you don't overwhelm yourself. Because that I'll try it will turn to I can do it. Did you know that I think it's like 68% of procrastination happens because people are overwhelmed at what the task looks like opposed to what it was? Sometimes we look at what we have to do and say, oh, Lord, that is so much work. That is so much stuff I have to do. I don't know if I can handle it. And then we automatically take ourselves out the race and we automatically assume that we cannot do it. And then when we realize that we can do it, when we realize that, oh, crap, this is something that I'm good at, it's too late. It's too late. We have to find out what we need to do in order for us to succeed. I'll say it again. We, you, me, and whomever else is watching, we have to understand what we need to do in order to succeed. And a lot of times, if we realize what we had in our laps, if we realize what we had, in front of us, we would not procrastinate the way we do. We would not take advantage of what we have the way we do. We would take such good care of what it is that we're doing that we have no choice but to tell other people how great it is. You cannot go from I won't do it to yes, I did it without a little journey. And that journey's okay. That journey is meant to be there. That journey is meant to be had. And that journey is going to look a lot different to different people. Some people's journey, you may have to go around Israel 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 times. You may have to bump your head about 200-300 times. You may have to cry in your pillow about 4 or 5 times a week. You may have to experience a rock bottom. But whatever it is that you experience, whatever it is that you do not give up. Under no circumstance, do not give up. I can do it. I'm talking to Team Opulence right now. If you guys knew what you had in your hands, you all would be busting your behind to rank up. $500 a month ain't no small change. How many people, listen, if you're a replay viewer or if you're a live viewer, how many people with $500 do something significant in your life? $500. For me, I'm a press one. I'm a press one because that could be my car payment. That could be all my other bills besides the car payment. That could be money saved up for a vacation. That could be money to bless other people. That could be money if I owe anybody a dime to pay them back. That money can be used for anything. And I'm just giving different circumstances each different time. Stop telling yourself that you can't do something and get off your tail and get it done. I want my team to understand and know right now that you can do it. I'm gonna call some of y'all out because and not in a bad way, not in a bad way at all, not in a bad way. Tina, I need you to become a knight. You've got it in you. You got it in you. I need you to become a knight. Anthony, I need you to become a knight. Ayana, I know you can do this. Nelson, I don't know you personally, but from what I see, brother, you have everything that you need in order to succeed. The four of you, I know you can do it. And whatever it is that you need to do in order to get it done, let us know. Nico, you called me at 3:46 in the morning to get this done. Let's go. Let's get this popping. I know you can do it. You know why? Because you showed the initiative from day one. You showed the initiative from day one. Y'all, when I say this young lady showed initiative, she called me. I was about to go to bed because you know I don't go to sleep, right? I don't go to sleep. And she said, I need to know what it is that you do because I want to do it as well. And I said, wow, sure. Okay, let me tell you what I'm doing. And she says, I want in. She didn't say I won't do it, can't do it, want to do it, how do I do it? She says, I'm going to do it. I just need to know what I need to do in order to succeed in the business that you are in. I know, Nico, that you can become a knight within the next 2 weeks. Tina, I know that you could become a knight within the next 5 to 7 days. Ayana, based on how many people love and know you, you could become knight in 1 day. But I'll say within 2 weeks. Nelson, looking at your hustle, I know you could go knight within 2 to 3 weeks. Ron, you got this. You are 3 people away from being knight. Stop being scared and just do the darn thing. You got this. You got this. Janine, stop being scared to talk to people. You got this. Ashley, your attitude is contagious. You got this. Keep it. You called me. I didn't even know who you were. You called me and said, what must I do in order to be in your team? Well, I told you, let's get this thing popping. Let's get this thing popping. People are earning salary amounts of money per month. Why can't you do the same? The answer is you can do the same. We just have to figure out how to get you there and to re-engineer your mind from going from, I think I can, I might be able to, I don't know if I can do it. Dad, well, you deserve it just like everybody else does. You deserve it. And once you get to the I will do it, that's when the game changes. That's when the game changes. Where you get from, I don't know if I could do it. How do I do it? I can't do it. It goes from that to I will do it. Your life will change significantly. The minute you believe in yourself enough to give yourself permission to be success, you will see a change in your life. Success is the ability to go from one failure to another with no loss of enthusiasm. Most of us have been duped by these MLM companies. Most of us have been promised the world, moon, stars, and some pomade, and none of it has ever happened. So now that you have an opportunity of a lifetime, it's almost impossible for you to fathom the thought that you could be successful. I'm here to tell you it's happening. I'm here to tell you that you can do it. I'm here to tell you that you can do it. You better do it. You need to do it. And the minute you realize that you can do it and you realize that you will do it, it becomes contagious. You'll be like a fire that can't go out. And then what will end up happening is people will in turn want to follow the leader because now they see it can be done. I have someone who joined my team 12 hours ago, and this young lady is already about to hit another rank. I have never seen that before. Within 35 minutes of her joining, she already qualified. And within 5 hours of her joining, she was 3 people away from hitting $500. That is life-changing money for some people. Now, for some of you ballers, you're like, $500? Who cares? Then I'm not talking to you. For those people who are like, you know what? I don't need to follow any goals and achieve anything. Then I'm not talking to you. If your life is put together and you're achieving all your goals and you believe in yourself and you never, ever, never, ever, ever doubted yourself in your life and went through any of these stairs, then you might as well log off. I'm not talking to you. I am talking to that man or woman or both that said at one point in their life, I can't do it. I don't know if I want to do it. How do I do this? If I try to do it, will I be successful? I don't know. And you fall back down the daggone stairs, so I won't do it because you don't believe in yourself enough. I'm not talking to people who say, yeah, I did it, and never went through any of these quadrants before. Because if you did, God bless you. You are the bomb. You probably could walk on water as well, and I want to get a picture of it. But for us normal folk, right, who had to go through, I won't, I can't, how, I'll try, I don't know, and fell down the stairs again and came back up, I'm talking to y'all. And then you get to, yes, I did it. But don't get comfortable there. Don't get comfortable. I was talking to a guy earlier today, and he said, you know, sometimes we get comfortable in a certain part of our life and progress that we forget that there's more left to the journey. Hey, Charlotte, how are you, beautiful? We forget that there's more left to this journey, and we get complacent, we get comfortable, and then all of a sudden we forget why the heck we even started. Don't do that. Don't do that. The minute you say, I'm good right here, you are automatically cheating yourself out of more. Be that fish that wants to jump out that daggone little bowl and go into a tank. You know, there's a story about the frog, right? And the frog was kept in this tank, right? Since we're talking about tanks. He was kept in this tank. And every time he rip it and try to jump, you know, he's like, ribbit, and he's trying to jump, right? He couldn't get past the tank cover because the owner put the tank cover there, Charlotte, right? Like, imagine a tank, an aquarium, right? And there's a tank atop to the tank, right? And every time the frog tried to jump, he smacked his head on the tank. What do you think happened after about 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 tries? He stopped jumping high. And studies show if you pull the cover off that tank, guess what's going to happen? That frog will still keep jumping the height of that tank cover. They will never go past it. Hey, Joe. So what I'm trying to tell you is don't get comfortable with the yes, I did it phase, because the minute you find comfort in that phase, you're going to go right back down to I won't do it. Because then it goes from, I achieved my goals the way I wanted to achieve them. I won't go past it. I can't do it. It doesn't make sense, because what if I fail? Or I want to go to Duchess. I want to go to Queen. I want to become a legend. But how do I do it again? I'll try, but if it's not good, I'm good with making, Prince money. I'm good. Get used to not repeating the cycle, but repeating the cycle. And I'm going to say that again. Get used to not repeating the cycle, but repeating the cycle. And I'm saying that in all sincerity. Once you get to, yes, I did it, go to the middle stairs and say, well, how did I do that again? Because if you realize how you did it, you know you could try to go higher. And then you will go higher because you realize that you can go higher. We have been blessed with opportunities that I have never in my natural born life seen before. And if we knew what was in our hands, y'all, if we knew what was in our hands, there are some people that from Yale to jail, right? There are some people who are earning more money than they've ever seen in their entire life. There are people who are looking up to leaders and saying, my God, extra $100 will help my family out. Guys, you got this. I need you to say this with me. I know I can't hear you, but trust in your ability. Ability is what you are capable of doing. Say it to yourself right now. Ability is what you are capable of doing. All of us are able to sign our name on a dotted line and become a professional with this company. All of us can do it. But motivation determines what you do. Are you motivated to sign your name on that dotted line? Are you motivated enough to not only sit there as a placeholder of somebody's downline, but are you motivated to get your hind parts up and teach someone else to do the same thing? Stop being stingy, y'all. There's a $1 trillion industry. There's more than enough for all of us to go around about a good 3 million times. But attitude determines how well you do it. If your attitude sucks, you're going nowhere. If your page sucks, it determines what your attitude is. People will not trust you. If you're on your page and all you're talking about is what the housewives did and whose breast social distance and whose weave is long and whose weave is fake, and y'all worrying about everything else but the price of tea in China and what's trading on and that euro and that Australian dollar, you are not going to attract the people that you need in order to be successful. You don't need people with you that's going to bring you down emotionally, mentally, and bring your morale down to the point where you just settle for anything. So I'll end it like this. Be silent in 2 situations. When you feel one can't understand when you feel one can't understand your feelings from your words, be silent. And when one can understand you without any words, be silent. There are times that we challenge our own natural born abilities, and instead of owning and giving ourselves permission to be the greatness that we are, we sit in silence. And then when someone commends us for being who we are, we want to debate them. Girl, you're so good at what you do. Well, I'm all right. I'm not that good. Why do we do that? Why do we do that? Today, why do we do that? So I'll be like, girl, you are so gorgeous. You are doing that. Oh, I guess I'm all right. Stop undermining yourself. Believe in yourself and you will be unstoppable. I'm going to say it one more time. We're going to end this. Believe in yourself and you will be unstoppable. Believe in yourself and you will be unstoppable. So Team Opulence, check this out, right? We're going to up the ante. Tina, Janine, Teddy, and Nat. Who else? Yeah, that's all for now. No. I'm wrong. No. Scratch that. Tina, AJ, Ayana. I'm challenging you guys. And the incentive is going to be so dope, you won't even know what to do with it. Nico, I need one of the 5 of you to become a knight and one of you to become a founder. Tina, you got this. Nelson, you got it going on, brother. You got this. Ayana, you got this. AJ, I birthed you. You were a preemie, 1 pound, 9 ounces, set not to live past 3 days. And look at you all of 6'1" in serving in the military. I got you. Nico, let's go. Let's get this done. I need you to elevate yourself to the next level. Speak it in existence and it will happen. But if you don't speak over yourself, you will be stuck with the I won't, I can't, and I want to. We are making far too much money over here for us not to believe in ourselves. So what are you going to do? Are you going to go above how do I do it to say I did it? Or are you going to say stuck with I won't do it? Everybody, you have a wonderful night. This quote is dedicated to my boy Kevin because he always used to say it to me. Ability is what you're capable of doing. Motivation determines what you do, but your attitude, y'all, determines how well you do it. Good night. Hey, Pablo, ¿cómo estás? Have a good night, everybody.